Welcome to Leadership Legacy Radio, where we inspire you to live your dreams, encourage you to take massive action, and be your authentic and genuine self. We focus on 3 pillars. That's empowering youth, equipping leaders, and enriching marriages so that you can go out and dominate your space.
If you're ready to dominate, you're listening to the right show. This is the Leadership Legacy Radio. Now let's go.
It's that time of the day. It's your favorite time of the day, my favorite time of the day. It's time to elevate your business in 10. Listen, have you ever felt like, you were so busy, your day is ending, and you thought to yourself, man, I didn't get anything done today. I didn't get anything accomplished that I wanted to accomplish. And oftentimes that's how it goes. Most people will go through their day and feel like, man, I've been busy all day and I didn't get stuff done. And you know why? It's because of the nature of what's happened to our society, right? Busy does not mean productive. You can spend the whole day serving others, helping others, and the day will be finished and you'll be completely unfulfilled because productivity without alignment is going to lead to burnout, right? So you'll sometimes feel exhausted. Sometimes you'll be like, man, I got so much done. And then you look back and you're like, man, I didn't get anything that I wanted to get done accomplished. Now, I will tell you, I had a phenomenal 3 days. We had set up a little bit of a VIP experience because I wanted to try something new. I wanted to experiment and set up something new to really serve the people that I'm meant to serve. And so in the near future, and this means like really near future, you will be able to spend 2 days with me in a VIP experience, and where we will build out your business in 2 days, and then your job is going to be good to go out and execute. And so that's what I'm building out for you, because I want you to know that you can build the thing that you want, and it doesn't have to be complicated. We can keep it very simple. You're going to need a few things, and we're going to give you the clarity and the direction to do that, and then you'll continue to follow up and work with me on that. But you got to set the tone for the day. And the reason why I wanted to try this is because I'm going through and writing my book. And not writing my book, but I finished writing the book, and I'm going through and testing the content, making sure that the content resonates and helps people. My biggest thing is I don't want to build something that doesn't help people. I don't want to have a book just to say I have a book. I do truly want to write a book and create a book that really serves people. And so what I did was I created an agenda for the 3 days that these individuals are going to be here. And it wasn't just work. It was intentional team building. It was intentional experiences. It was intentional ways to explain to people, right? Not even just me, but to you. What is the customer experience when they work with you? And if you don't think about the entire experience, you're missing the mark. If you just think about selling a product, you're missing the mark. So you need to set the tone for your day before it starts. So that's what I did. I set the tone by knowing what exactly we were going to cover. Now, what would happen is we were going through the days, and as we were actually going through the days, we would notice that every so often we'd have a check-in, right? And one of my business partners would come in and she'd say, hey, okay, so what's next on the agenda? And I'd go through, I'd look at the agenda, and I'm like, we're right on track. We've covered this, we're going on this, because I had already set the intention about what I wanted it to look like. So every time the question would come up, we would be right on track because I already knew the directions that we wanted to shift throughout the day, right? If you don't take charge of your calendar, I will tell you this with all sincerity, with 100% confidence, if you do not take charge of your calendar, notifications will happen, emergencies will arise, things will happen, and you need to decide what you want to focus on, what your intentions are going to be on, and what you value every day. Because to me, one of the things that started happening in my day and in my calendar was that I would start the day and I had all of these things that I wanted to get done. So these are things on a checklist. They weren't on my calendar. They were on a checklist. So I would look at this checklist and I'd look at the things that I want to do, and then I'd go look at my calendar, and in my calendar, like most people, and maybe it's just me, so I'll just speak for me, right? I won't say most people, but my calendar was empty, but I had all these things that I wanted to accomplish. So what didn't happen is I didn't have alignment. My calendar didn't match my agenda, what I wanted to do. So things would arise, and then I would notice that somebody would say, hey, we need to get this done. And then all of a sudden it'd pop up on my calendar. Now, all of a sudden that became my priority because now it was on my calendar. Or the priority of my boss, or the priority of this. And so what I've been intentional about doing is being very intentional about what goes on my calendar. Me and my wife do this. We go through, and at the beginning of the week, we look at it and we say, okay, what do we need to accomplish this week? What appointments do we have? What, things do we have? What clients do we have to serve? What trainings do we have? So that we can know and we can plan around it. And I want to make sure that, just like I shared, that my children understand that they're important. So reaching out to them, connecting with them, dropping my daughter off to school, picking her up from school, taking her to practice. All of these things are important. And I chose with intentionality. Not only was I going to be present for my family, but I also wanted to make sure that for me, what was important is that I built my business around my family, not the other way around. And what I've seen a lot of people do is they will have a business and then everything revolves around their business. Their schedule revolves around their business. Their family revolves around their business. That's where frustration happens, burnout happens, divorce happens. All of these tragic things happen because you're not intentional about what you want things to look like. So with that, I want to share the last thing that I was really keen on as I was going through this VIP experience that we were creating. You have to be the leader of your own day, right? When you lead others better, and the only way that you can lead others better is if you lead yourself well. And oftentimes we don't lead ourselves because we think that oh, well, I don't need to lead myself. No, you do. And you lead yourself by being clear on what's important, being intentional about what you put on your calendar, being clear about the things that are in alignment with your visions and your goals, because you don't want to experience burnout, right? Beginning with clarity and starting your day with true transparency, like these are all the things that I'm going to accomplish. These are the things on my schedule. Then you get that done. Somebody recently asked me, and they were asking me, hey, tell me a little bit about how you're pushing out so much content. And I was like, okay, it's what I'm doing is I'm intentionally setting intentions for every day that I want to do 3 things, right? I want to go out and I want to do a post that people can read and it can just help them and serve them, but it can really show them how I am applying the things that I'm talking about. Then I go out and I have a small kind of like breakdown of what I want to teach virtually to share with the people that are truly just wanting to like find something that's inspirational, encouraging, and motivating to get them going throughout their day. Whether it's a shift that they need to make. So right now we're talking about power shifts that you can make. And one of the best power shifts that you can make is setting clear intentions for your day so that you can dominate your day. And then the last thing that I do is I create a short post, because not everybody has the time to watch the video or watch a long post. So I make a short story post just to hopefully hit you with a dose of inspiration, a dose of dopamine, or of whatever it is that gets you fired up, right? And that's how I have been able to generate this stuff, because I truly want to help people at the highest level, but I know that I'm not going to reach everybody. And I remember hearing my mentor, John Maxwell, say this. He said, the reason that I wrote a book wasn't, for the notoriety, for the authority. The reason that I wrote a book and the reason that I started writing books was because my mentor told me that books can go to places that I may never go, to rooms that I may never step in, and to countries or places that I may never see. And so for me, that was very, very important, because I knew a few years ago, if you would have asked me 10 years ago and say, hey, I want you to speak, I probably wouldn't have been as confident as I am now. And it was because I wasn't intentional about becoming a better communicator. If you would have told me a few years ago that I would be speaking or traveling all over the world speaking, I would have kind of like been like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, and I wouldn't have really given it much thought. But I had set an intention a little bit after that to truly say, I am going to be speaking and I'm going to be changing lives. I'm going to be impacting people. But more importantly, I know that I may not ever go into certain rooms and I could still impact people just by giving them my message. And so Borrowed Belief is coming out, and it's coming out to a bookstore near you, to Amazon so that you can order it. And I truly want to get it in as many hands as possible to make the impact that it's meant to make, to help people understand that sometimes you may be struggling with the belief that you have in yourself, but borrow the belief from somebody else, whether it's a parent, whether it's a pastor, whether it's somebody that believed in you, a mentor, a coach, or Coach Chris, right? I believe in you until you believe in yourself, and I want you to go out and crush it, right? So today, set clear intentions for what you want your day to look like. Lead your own day. Set the tone before you want to go, before the world even gets a hold of what your day looks like. And then remember that being busy does not mean being productive. So get clear, and remember, we're going to have a crazy VIP experience for you, and it's going to be limited to about 5 to 10 people. We're still trying to work the details out on the numbers so that they make sense. But I truly want to serve you, and I truly want to help you. Until next time, I want you to go out and dominate your space.